In the final days of World War II, as the world burned and then began to rebuild, one man remained hidden in the shadows of the Philippine jungle, a soldier who refused to surrender because in his heart the war was not over. His name was Hiroo Onoda. A lieutenant in the Imperial Japanese Army, trained in intelligence and survival, he was ordered to hold his ground on Lubang Island, no matter how long it took. Retreat was not an option. Surrender was forbidden. Death was preferable to dishonor. When the war officially ended in 1945, millions celebrated peace. But Onoda never got the message. Leaflets were dropped. Loudspeakers called out. Newspapers were left behind. He thought it was all enemy propaganda. In his mind, the fight still raged on. For years, he evaded capture, living in the dense jungle, surviving on bananas, coconuts, and stolen rice, making traps, hiding in the mountains, engaging in gunfire with locals. He became a ghost story, part myth, part menace, part miracle. Decades passed. The world changed. Japan rose from the ashes. The Cold War ignited. Man walked on the moon. And still, Hiroo Onoda remained in the jungle, believing he was still a soldier of war. It wasn't until 1974, nearly 30 years after Japan surrendered, that a young Japanese traveler named Norio Suzuki set out to find him. Not to arrest him, not to capture him, but to listen to him, to honor his story, to bring him home. But even then, Onoda refused to surrender. Not without orders from his commanding officer. That officer had long since returned to civilian life. But the Japanese government tracked him down, now an elderly bookseller, and flew him to Lubang Island. Standing face to face with his former superior, Hiroo Onoda finally accepted the truth. The war had ended. He removed his uniform, polished his sword, and after 29 years in hiding, saluted the rising sun one final time. He returned to Japan as a national hero, celebrated by some, questioned by others, revered by all who heard his unbelievable story. Onoda's tale is not just about war. It's about duty, belief, honor, and the power of a human being to endure beyond reason. In a world that often forgets the past, Hiroo Onoda reminds us what it means to truly never give up, even when the whole world moves on without you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story if it moved you, because the world needs to remember legends like Hiroo Onoda.